No plan, no chance. No plan, no chance. It's time to be successful. No plan, no chance. No plan, no chance. It's time to be successful. No plan, no chance. No plan, no chance. It's time to be successful.
I want to welcome you to another another amazing day, and I also want to welcome you to another podcast of No Plan, No Chance. Today, the reason why I'm coming on today is I actually want to talk about. I've been on this kick, this movement on why become an entrepreneur. And so I'm going to play a little bit of information that I spoke the other day, and I just want y'all to get the information so that it can be impactful to you like it was impactful to others. So we're going ahead and get started now.
I actually want to talk about why you should become an entrepreneur. Now, I've been doing this lately because the more and more I become in the entrepreneurial world, making aggressive moves and growing my income, and not only just growing my income, growing my influence and the things that I can help people with, I realized that we put this facade up of you shouldn't be an entrepreneur, you should work for somebody, and that's how you'll build your skill sets. But I'm here to tell you that it's the opposite. Becoming an entrepreneur, it allows you to become very skilled in whatever career that you decide you want to go in. What I like about becoming an entrepreneur, and this is the reason why, is because I tell you, becoming an entrepreneur will grow your skill sets. It'll grow your calling. It'll grow your feelings. It'll grow your emotions. It will actually truly allow you to wake up in the morning and really wake up with a purpose. Wake up with a new drive, a zeal. It'll bring life back to you, to any dead situation. Becoming an entrepreneur, it really opens up the miracle inside of you. And it's funny. Today I was at church, and my mentor, he was talking about stepping into your moment, and I was just so excited because I just know when I decided to become an entrepreneur, I stepped into my moment. Different things begin to happen. Now, for me, the process is a little bit different. I joined a company, and I was excited about it, but I just didn't know what I was doing. And but there's some things that begin to happen. It pushed me to have a stronger prayer life. It pushed me to read books like Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking, Believing Big, The Greatest Salesman in the World. There's several different types of books. But it pushed me into a lifestyle of self-development. And the self-development part I began to look at myself in a different way of, facing my fears. I have to face my fears to get to this objective, which is really being successful. And so what I really realized what it did for me, becoming an entrepreneur, it allowed me to be the solution. For the first time, I was a solution to life, to people's problems. And once I began to realize that I was a solution, then other things began to happen. Different gifts started to come out. So, for instance, I became an author. So I wrote a book called Rise Up and Pray, a 21-day feeding yourself to become a true warrior in prayer. And that all came from an experience, coming from that experience, and then realizing that people needed this tool to allow themselves to be a greater person. And it gave them the strength to face their fears, to overcome their objectives. And I would tell you that no matter what business you decide to join or what business you try to go towards, there's always going to be something. There's going to be a time period where you don't know what you're doing. But then I started realizing that just because I don't know what I'm doing doesn't mean that I don't need to do it. I started realizing that I set a goal, and as soon as I set a goal and set action to it, then the things that I needed to happen, it started falling into place. I always meet people like, well, you need to come up with, you gotta have a business plan. You gotta have all that done before you even do the business. I'm like, no, start now. Do it today. What are you waiting for? I didn't know how to write a book, but I started writing it, and then I started asking people like, do you know people who edit books, or, how can I do this and stuff like that? And then I just so happened to start meeting people who, oh yeah, I wrote 3 books, I wrote 4 books, or yeah, I'll look at your books for you, I'll edit it for you, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. This is how you self-publish, or if you want to submit it to somebody to become for them to publish your book for you, this is the way you can do it. And as soon as I realized that, I was like, okay, so God gives me the idea to start a business, and then he gives me the resources to complete the idea. So whatever I did is, whether it's you want to open up a restaurant, whether you want to create a product, whatever you want to do, whether you want to write a book, become an author, a public speaker, you're part of a network marketing company, whatever it is that you're doing, God won't give you that idea or that glimpse, that end result of, man, this is where I'm going to be, this is where it's going to take me, and not give you the resources to carry you through. And the one thing that I've learned, that my mentor always tells me, is that a lot of people get caught up in celebrating the actual championship, the win, versus actually celebrating the process. You have to be able to celebrate the process just as much as you celebrate the win. And I was like, that's true, because, before I used to kind of sit there and be like, well, I'm trying to go through this, I got to go through this, I got to go through that, I got to go through this, and it kind of discouraged me. But once I learned how to turn the process into joy, turn the process into a win, then a transition began to happen where my happiness began to allow my business to grow, just because of how much the energy of me celebrating. I celebrate everything now. It's crazy. Every day I get up, I start celebrating, or for whatever win is a win to me. People were like, oh, well, you knew you was going to be here today. Hey, you never know. Tomorrow's not promised, but I know that I'm supposed to be here in this moment. I'm excited to be here. And so, there's no small wins. Everything's a big win. Everything's something to celebrate about. You putting your clothes on, you saying hello to other people, being able to talk to people about your business. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. I promise you it is. But it's really been on my heart, because I see a lot of people becoming entrepreneurs now, but they're not happy about it. I think they forget that the celebration, becoming an entrepreneur allows you, it's the first step to freedom. It's the first step to truly falling down your path of your calling, your destiny, your divine destiny. Because it's going to build you. It's going to refine you. It's going to chisel you. You're going to get some experiences that you're going to be able to teach to others, which is what it's about. It's about going through a situation, learning from it, excelling in it, exceeding in it, and breaking through in it, and standing as a champion. And then anybody along the way that you see who might be going through the same thing, you'll be able to teach them or speak something into their life to allow them not to have to go through the same experience. Because some people's experience that they go through, they can't handle. But you can handle it. You were sent here to handle that experience. And so that I always look at everything as a ministry. I always look at everything as my calling or my vision or my destiny. And that's being an entrepreneur begin to populate things in me, produce things in me for me to be unlimited in life. And so, for instance, I became a songwriter. I never wrote songs before. When did I start writing songs? But me taking that entrepreneur ideas and that mindset, then I started realizing that I was good at writing with words. I was good at talking about things. I was good about doing things like that. I didn't realize that, though. Me being an entrepreneur allowed me to I started taking more pictures and stuff about things I was doing and videos and live videos and stuff like that. Now I'm a part of my church, and I'm helping my church look better. So I always realize that, it's one prayer I always pray, and I'm like, God, whatever gifts, whatever thing that I need to learn, Lord, teach me so I can be a blessing to others. And so not only is it blessing me, but it's blessing others, it's enhancing others. So now I'm able to talk to people about certain things, about what a photo looks like, and, how to capture that moment, and why real moments matter versus, a fake facade or an edited copy of something. You want real moments in life. So I truly, it truly sets things free. Thank you so much for that compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But, yeah, man, there's a lot of things, that being an entrepreneur will do for you. An entrepreneur, for me, is, it's funny because you know how in Genesis where God comes and he creates the earth, and he goes through the days and stuff like that. And one thing he gave Adam was the ability to name things, and he actually did different things. And I was like, man, being an entrepreneur, I'm like reproducing what Adam is called to do, which is name things. He named the apple. He named cloud. He named the tree. I begin to name things. When you become an entrepreneur, you're truly walking in that calling, your destiny, because that's what you were built to do. We were always built to reproduce and name things and create things and speak things as though they were. That's what we were called to do. And so anytime you diminish yourself in a position, one of my friends, man, she was doing so much for a company, and they weren't appreciating her. They were downing her. They were finding things on her, trying to find things on her to diminish her, to not give her raises, to keep her from being in the limelight. And I remember sitting there and telling her one day, I was like, don't ever give your sanity to somebody who don't care about you. So I say that to you. If you are giving yourself to your job and it is making you crazy, if you can't sleep at night, if it's causing depression, if it's causing obesity, if it's causing confusion, you need to get out. That's not what God called us to be. You're basically a slave to your job. And I'm not saying jobs are wrong. My mentor, one thing my mentor has told me, he was like, hey, I understand you having to start and get a job. I understand that. But you should only be working for 5 years. You should work 5 years at your job. But as you're working, you should be creating your business and building what you're supposed to be doing, what you're called for within the 5 years. Now, I started late because that's principles I didn't know. Everybody starts where they start. I didn't hear this 3 years ago when I made a decision to become an entrepreneur. I didn't know. But through reading and growing and excelling in my life and making changes in my life, making a decision, which is everything. A decision is everything. A decision will set you free. I promise you. A decision will set you free. Make the decision, become an entrepreneur, and I guarantee you it will set you free. But I know there's a lot of different things I'm talking about tonight.
All right now. I pray that you got the substance of what we were talking about tonight, which is why you should become an entrepreneur. And once I became when I became an entrepreneur, I learned how to set plans, set goals, set visions, set dreams. And the saying in this broadcast is, if you have no plan, then you have no chance. And becoming an entrepreneur truly opened me up to what I'm doing today, which I'm here to broadcast today with you, and you're listening to this. I wouldn't have did this 3 years ago. I wouldn't have did this a year and a half ago, because I didn't feel like I had anything to offer. I felt like I was, stuck in an area of life where, I was confused and I didn't have the confidence. But over time, going through the process and learning about how to go through the process and not just go through the process, but celebrate through the process, celebrate to the championship, and just seeing my vision come manifest right in front of my eyes, and how it not only impacted my life, but impacted other people's lives and impacted my family's life. It truly set me free. And so if you like this video, please share it with somebody who's been thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or who is an entrepreneur but just not excited about it. I pray that this will rejuvenate them to a different mindset, different perspective of the journey, that it is a successful journey. Even though it might seem like it's hard, it's still success because you're learning. It's forming you. It's formulating the true entrepreneur in you, the true spirit of excellence in you, doing this journey as an entrepreneur. Well, my name is Ricardo Cordu, and I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, that your days are as sweet as honey, and that your life bring you much joy and much laughter. Remember, life is love, and love is life. Remember, we're on the winning side, and no matter where you're at in life, if you decide to have a plan, then you will have a chance to be successful. All right now. No plan, no chance. No plan, no chance. It's time to be successful. No plan, no chance. No plan, no chance. It's time to be successful. No plan, no chance. No plan, no chance. It's time to be successful.